Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Rundown, Episode 9. I am the Wrestling Rundown champion, the Bird Guy, and we're starting this show 3 minutes late because me and Chris got talking, so I already introduced you by accident, but introduce yourself.
It's Big Dotty Cool.
No, I thought it was no one with the space now.
Yeah, I'm about to change it back. That was just that stupid.
That was a one-time. That was a one-time thing.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy. I'm gonna change it back.
So now I can put down the championship because I already announced I was the champion. I don't have to carry it the whole time. So that's
sure.
Huh?
I don't even know if you're the champion now.
Yeah, I already said I was. So, and you saw the title. So
maybe I didn't.
All right, I'll show you. See it? Here's the.
You're the champion now.
Yep, here's the championship. I'm the Wrestling Rundown champion, and we got it. Our general manager is yet again not here.
He's a late.
Yeah.
He's a late boy.
So you know what? I'm gonna make a decree. So technically, I have to give my predictions on camera, right?
Yeah.
But if he doesn't show up on the go home show, on the show before Money in the Bank, I'm not showing up either. So technically, that means we both forfeit, and I retain the title. How about that? That means you'll have to host the show. That means you'll have to host the show that week.
Oops, can't make it.
That's what I'm gonna say too. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, guys, I can't make it because
I can't make it.
Because guess what? Because technically that's not against we never made those against the rules. I'm using the rules for me. We have to do our predictions on camera. If I don't show up, I don't got to defend the title.
Exactly. Makes sense.
Yeah, so there you go.
We'd automatically win.
Exactly. Because if we both technically forfeit and we know it's a tie, if it's a tie, if both guys forfeit, technically that means I retain.
Yeah, Mr. General Manager.
So you better show up then before Money in the Bank. I mean, I know technically he could just give somebody his picks, but who's he going to give his picks to?
Nobody.
I feel like
he's the general manager. He should be on the show.
Yeah, he's got to be on the show. All right, but we got some big professional wrestling topics to talk about this week. Let's start off with the first thing. This is probably the biggest news that's taken place. I wouldn't say this year because obviously I would say probably the second biggest news story that broke this year.
Yeah.
So obviously this isn't anything that's confirmed though. It's all speculation right now though. From what I'm understanding. So pretty much what happened is it was last week, right? We where because we know WWE their TV deal is up at the end of the summer next year, pretty much October.
Yeah, it's like August, and I think it's up in August because September they'd be looking for a new deal.
Yeah,
I think September. I think September is the actual end of the contract.
Yeah, so because they made their most recent one sometime in 2014, and I think around the same time. So obviously WWE wants to get into talks now with TV networks because they don't want to wait till last minute because they're not like you and me, Chris, where we wait till last minute to do things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. I'm proud of them. So let's talk about what's Monday Night Raw. We know is going to stay right on USA Network at the same time slot, the same running time. But however, Monday Night Raw is getting a huge amount. Well, I shouldn't say SmackDown. We know is getting more. We'll get into that. But Monday Night Raw now, before how much was it getting before? Like what, 1 million or something? No, something.
I don't know the exact number, but I know it's a lot.
But now we know they're getting 3 million, or I forget. I think the exact number was 380 million, but it's around $3 million now, which is huge for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. So Monday Night Raw is pretty much staying on the USA Network. The speculation that they leave and go elsewhere, but they're pretty much they're staying on the USA Network.
But there's also speculation that USA we know SmackDown Live, to be exact, wasn't staying on USA Network.
Yep.
And
it's being reported, even though I think it's a done deal.
Yeah,
they're going to Fox.
I don't think it's going to be officially confirmed until we go on like the WWE app one day and they announce it themselves.
Yeah.
Right now
it's pure speculation by news sources and everything.
Yeah.
But their deal runs up in September of 2019, and SmackDown is moving to Fox Sports.
Yeah.
And they're moving back to Friday night.
So would it still be live then, or is that we still don't know? Do we?
That's the thing. I don't know. They'd be smart to keep it live.
Exactly, because then then the spoilers will come out.
That's why no one watched it before.
Yeah, but
it's too easily accessible.
But we listen. The big part of the news. Now they're gonna get. Is it $1 billion or $2 billion for SmackDown now?
300.
Oh, 300 bill.
Yeah, they got way more than Raw did.
Yeah, so this is pretty big news for WWE. They're going on Fox too. This is like where like the same network where the NFL is, where NASCAR is, and where the Super Bowl
UFC.
Is. Yeah, well, we don't know, but probably not UFC for long. But I'm assuming if it will finally be confirmed if UFC goes, and WWE probably will take their spot if UFC is not there. But
yeah, but they're saying there could be competition on Fox Sports.
But I mean, overall, this is pretty huge news by WWE. They're probably making more money than ever now.
Oh yeah, definitely. With that news coming out, there's also more rumors of them that now they can sign more independent talent to like expensive contracts.
And it's not like so they can sign more of them now to expensive contracts too. Like they were already signing talent every year. Like
they put out numbers and everything. They say that they could steal about half of the Bullet Club. They're thinking about, because they say they could offer Cody 10 mil.
Yeah.
They could offer Kenny and the Bucks like 9 and 8 million apiece. That's way more that they would be making on the indies.
And just with their all-in show, they'll probably be doing too.
Yeah, that's the reason why WWE's interested in them. And Kenny's contract comes up around February, I think.
Yeah, I expect him to be in WWE.
The Bucks contract is up in October.
Yeah.
So, it was either, I think it was Nick Jackson was asked, someone was like, I'm just waiting for you to sign with WWE. And he was like, we're happy with what we're doing right now, but never say never.
Yeah.
So they're leaving the door open for a possible WWE stint, or
And I know, like Cody and WWE have had a history, but I feel like $10 million. I don't think Cody's gonna say for $10 million. He's a smart
definitely not. I mean, he'd probably come back and be a fucking big time player.
Yeah. But I want to talk about. I mean, that's pretty big news. But I think the biggest news to talk about of all of this is now with this deal, SmackDown could be the A show now.
Yeah, SmackDown will technically be considered the A show because they're worth way more now.
And I don't know if you saw, but Aaron Swift went live today, and he let people do call-ins, and I called into a show, and he was talking about one of the things we talked about. I didn't get to talk to him for very long because it was you only had 5 minutes to talk, but I wanted to talk about this because I hadn't talked about this on camera yet.
Yeah.
One of the things he was talking about is because SmackDown's getting all this money, they may put like a lot of the top like Vince McMahon guys on Raw, like Roman Reigns, John Cena may appear on SmackDown a lot more.
Yeah.
So if like probably like Braun Strowman would probably show up on SmackDown, and I did say that this could be the reason why maybe Monday Night Raw kind of got the shaft in the Superstar shakeup because they knew they had this, because they were having these conversations. They wanted to get all the.
I mean, they're probably going to put an end to that. They'll probably put an end to the brand split.
Yeah, definitely, because you can't have. Oh yeah, it could, yeah.
Because the first brand split was a success, obviously. But this one was kind of a failure.
Oh yeah, it has.
I
It
mean,
kind of has
it
been.
definitely gave some underutilized talent uh, a bit more spotlight, but they didn't. I mean, you got the revival fund, Brazongo, not used,
I
and
know.
you got people like Noah Eze jobbing out to Baron Corbin now.
Ty
Like
Dillinger's like never on TV as enough as
Ty
it is.
Dillinger, R-Truth, like these guys aren't getting Mike Bennett, not getting none of these guys are getting spotlight. And
Yeah,
it's kind of sad because the whole purpose of this second draft was to spotlight guys like that, give
and
them more screen
obviously,
time.
a whole division really doesn't get spotlighted anymore too on Raw with the
Yeah,
cruiserweight.
I mean it's a failure
Yeah, and
because
obviously
the
too.
cruiser division was a big get for them, and Vince lost interest in it
Yeah,
like 2 weeks before it was going to air, which
yeah,
is stupid.
and then you also have with because of this brand split, now we have way too many championships now. Like we have what, a world title, a mid card title, and
Yeah,
tag title, and a woman's title on Raw, and then the cruiserweight title. So that's 6 titles, I think, right there. And then five. So we have 11 titles just on the main roster as
yeah.
it is itself. That's way too many championships right there.
It is way too many. I think they'll get. I think. I mean, it's all going to eventually go back to one thing.
Oh,
It's
definitely,
it's
yeah,
going to be like they're obviously going to have the Universal and WWE championships, but they're going to have one tag team. It's going to be called the Tag Team Championships again.
yeah. And then one woman's
WWE Tag Team
title.
Championship, the Women's Championship, the Cruiserweight Championship. Oh, it's called the Cruiserweight Championship anyways, but like there's going to be
Yeah.
no specific like Raw brand or SmackDown branded titles anymore.
The question, what happens though, is what happens to 205. I mean, I guess I should say what happens to the. It's not like anything's really going to happen to the cruiserweight division. They'll probably just keep it out as it is because they're not on the main roster shows
Yeah.
anyway. So
They'll probably move it up an hour now.
yeah, but
Go on at 9 instead of 10.
but also this leaves you in the question too. With SmackDown being on Fox, maybe they'll demand more WWE put some of those shows that were on the network on there, like like all some of their network shows.
They
Like
could.
the speculation too. They may have WrestleMania air on Fox, like as if it's like a Super Bowl or something.
That would be interesting. I mean, you get a lot of views there, but that would also take the pressure off the network
Yeah.
because a lot of people are using the network and it fucking is trash for half of the show
Oh,
because so
definitely.
many
Yeah.
fucking people are using it.
The
That
only
would that would be a big get for Fox to have the not only the Super Bowl but fucking WrestleMania too at the same time.
but obviously there's a couple of problems with this. You have a
You're
problem with
basically giving it away on free television.
well, obviously too. Even if it probably hurts the network because um it won't be as much of a focus to push the network probably because I think
Yeah.
WWE is going to make more money with TV shows now than they would pay-per-views. So
Oh
what a
yeah.
weird era that is, where pay TV is more important, going to be more important than pay-per-views if this deal happens.
Oh yeah. And SmackDown might be going 3 hours too.
Yeah,
Once
so
that.
a lot of people already hate sitting through a 3 hour Raw, 3 hour SmackDown won't be
I
especially
mean, SmackDown's been like really good again.
yeah, definitely.
So it depends on what it's like in September of 2019. Like,
And then
but
obviously and then
as of
obviously
right now,
though
it's been really good.
and obviously a worry of mine is we're going to see wrestling shows like we saw from Raw this week where they really aren't going to care enough because they're going to be like, well, we're already making enough money as it is.
Yeah,
And let's be
it's been
honest,
very Raw's. I mean, I can sit through and I can watch it because I love it. But like, if you're a casual fan, I could see you not watching Raw every week
I haven't done a Raw live reactions in 2 weeks.
because it's just not like it's just not worth it.
I know. Actually, I might have
Because
been. I'm trying to think of it. Maybe it was 3 weeks actually.
yeah, I think it's been more than 2 weeks
The
because there's
last
just
one,
nothing interesting on it.
yeah, nothing
The
right now.
champion's never there.
That I don't have
Even
a
when he's,
problem.
even when he's there, it's like it just doesn't feel special anymore.
I
Because you
mean,
know he's leaving, and he's not going to appear on fucking television until August. So, because he's not going to be at Money in the Bank. He's not going to be at any show in between SummerSlam and Money in the Bank.
yeah.
They can fucking pay him. But I just want this Brock Lesnar era to be over.
Well,
To me,
it'd be strange too,
he
because
just
then
doesn't feel professional anymore.
what's strange too is we may not even have a women's champion on the show every week now too.
Yep.
I'm just saying it's speculation.
Depends if Ronda Rousey wins. They might not. I mean, they might give her the win, but I don't know. I don't see it happening. Still too early, but who knows?
Well, I'm just saying if she won, we wouldn't see the women's type champion on the show every week either.
Then we could showcase the other women on the roster. Yay!
Um,
Like they care about them anyway.
oh yeah, but that's pretty big news right there. Like I said, that's one of my worries is that we're going to see shows like we saw from Raw this week because I definitely think that's what Raw was this week. They were kind of like, if this news is true, they were kind of like, well, we already made our money. Let's just put together a lazy show.
They're just like, hey, we're gonna pack it in for a year and a half,
or at least this week, anyways. What's also, but you also got to remember too, with WWE right now it's May and WWE is usually pretty slow around this time of year, which kind of sucks because
but SmackDown's been great.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't know if SmackDown was great this week though. I feel like Big Cass's injury kind of helped SmackDown be great this week though.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think it's still we still probably would have had a great show, but I feel like because of Big Cass's injury, that we wouldn't have had that Daniel Bryan Jeff Hardy match.
Yeah. Maybe he might be actually legitimately hurt.
Yeah, so that leaves you a question: what happens with Daniel Bryan at Money in the Bank? Because if he's legitimately hurt, they may put him in the match because I don't know what else. Because at least with Jeff Hardy, you have another. Well, I forgot Jeff Hardy lost, but then
he could have a championship match on the show, though.
Yeah. So either what happened, we'll talk about that when we review SmackDown. But that was pretty big news. I don't really think there's anything else we have to add on to that news. Obviously, when more information gets out, we'll probably try to cover it as much as we can on this show. But one of the flaws is we're one of the last wrestling shows to talk about this because we did the show on Saturday and this was reported out on, what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday?
I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah. So
it was either Tuesday or Monday.
I am a little suspicious that if this, because this might be true, if because you notice how SmackDown's been really good the past few weeks.
It's 100% true. They're moving.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to make it look like that SmackDown's always been like this great show. You can't miss a week because they have this conversations going on and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but SmackDown has been good though.
Well,
I feel like Raw's been so lackluster, but SmackDown's really like picked up the pace.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think it. What would you say it started getting really good?
After Mania.
So that's probably
when it was really slow for a while there.
I'd say probably after it was probably after Mania. And what a coincidence! Today's May 26th, and Mania was April 6th. I'm just saying the show I think is getting really good because they want to make it look like SmackDown always was a really good show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can you imagine too, like how much money they could actually get if both Raw and SmackDown were consistently like really good shows?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking they're not putting the effort into Raw anymore.
Definitely,
because from the looks of it, it's kind of depressing because this is supposed to be the A show. This is the show that everyone watches every week, and they're not putting forth the effort, and it looks like it too.
It's going to be kind of weird too to think that SmackDown possibly could be the A show because Raw was always the A show.
Oh, Raw was always the A show. SmackDown was always the B show.
So I'm just saying, we may be about to enter a weird era with WWE if SmackDown moves to Fox with it getting paid, especially too if we get a WrestleMania on TV. That's going to be
Oh yeah, and I think it'd be a big boost too if they could get the Bucks, Cody, and Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
That would be like that would skyrocket the ratings because that's what people want to see. I mean, yeah, they're having a great time in the Indies, and I can't blame them. They're making a lot of money. They're putting on good shows. They just sold out their fucking All In show in a half an hour.
Exactly.
But eventually, they're gonna want a taste of the big time. New Japan's not the big time. WWE's the big time. I know Cody's already got that taste, and it's
but he'll get it
sour
even.
Taste in his mouth right now. But
he didn't really get as much of like a taste as he did. He get it even more.
Oh yeah, he became a megastar when he left.
Oh, definitely.
That was WWE's. That was probably one of WWE's biggest mistakes. And everyone knew this was going to happen.
Definitely, yeah.
Everyone knew this was going to happen. The second he got released, it was a shocker to begin with.
Yeah.
And everyone knew he was going to be a fucking megastar.
Although when you do hear his story about why he was released, then it really isn't much of a shocker because you could kind of see he was miserable being Stardust.
Oh, yeah, you could see that it just wasn't the gimmick. You could see it on his face. Even though his face was painted, you could fucking see it.
Yeah.
He just was not happy. He did not put 100% into that character because he didn't want to be that character anymore.
Yeah.
He wanted to be himself. He wanted to team back up with his brother again. I can't blame him.
Exactly.
They wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was dead set on being this stupid character that he didn't want to be anymore.
So yeah, we got
just Goldust 2.0.
So we're gonna. So yeah, we have that's some pretty big news. But we also have some other big news. The past couple of weeks, we've been finding out the competitors that are going to be in the second annual United Kingdom Championship tournament, and now we know what matches are going to be in the first round. What's strange about the first round, though, is they're not even doing the first round on the network. It's going to be at Download Festival, unless they're going to put that like on YouTube somewhere. But
I thought they would have it on the network.
No, it seems like it's going to be the quarterfinals and the semifinals that are going to be on the network.
Because day 2, it's NXT. Every NXT championship's on the line.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that.
So day 2 must be on the network then.
No, I think day 2 is on the network, but day 1 is going to be the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals, I think. But
I wonder how much they might air the finals. If the tournament's gonna be all day, they'll probably air the finals on the network then.
Yeah, possibly.
The semifinal on the network and the semifinal and the final on the network.
Well, I have the card up on Wikipedia, and it says the first round is going to be on June 8th from June 10th at Download Festival, and then the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals are all going to be June 18th.
Because that's the day. That's because the next day is the NXT show technically.
Yes, but yeah, we can at least say what the matches are for the first round. But I'll probably be excited to see these matches, but I may not even see them. So, but we'll at least say what the first round matches are. I am disappointed. I think I mentioned it in one of the episodes here, or if not here, I mentioned it somewhere. I really wish they had gotten Marty Scurll. I know was probably impossible to get because I know he's probably immensely busy with New Japan and ROH and doing all this other indie stuff. But
yeah,
I think
the people that are in this tournament, most of them are signed.
Yeah,
most of them are signed to United Kingdom contracts or WWE contracts, but like they're not allowed to go onto like the big shows. They're allowed to go on shows that are affiliated with WWE, but not like Progress and a couple other English like Britain shows, but not like Defiant Wrestling or any of those.
But it'd be kind of cool if like they could have gotten Marty Scurll and not necessarily sign him like they did with Kota Ibushi in the Cruiserweight Classics.
Yeah, that would have been better. That would have been awesome.
Especially, I feel like he probably would have won too and ended up being the one face and Pete Dunne for the title too. Again,
yeah, definitely.
I really would have loved to see that match too. Especially because they both do the thing where they break each other's finger, like when they break their opponent's fingers.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, here's the competitors that are in the tournament. So the first round match, one of the matches is Gentleman Jack Gallagher versus Drew Gulak. Now, obviously, a lot of people I think are probably complaining that Gulak's in the tournament because he's technically not like part of the UK division, but I don't really have a problem with it because I think he can actually do really well in this tournament, and I think he'll be great in the tournament. So
Oh yeah,
I don't have a complaint that he's in the tournament. Plus, it's not what. Plus, it's he could be like that United States American heel in the tournament too, because since it's going to be in the UK.
yeah, the staunch American.
But yeah, I think this match could be um really good because Gentleman Jack Gallagher is pretty much Pete Dunne now because he's got his heel turn now and everything. He's pretty much the Pete Dunne of the cruiserweight division, and Drew Gulak is an excellent submission wrestler. So I think this could be one of the highlights of the tournament.
Yeah.
Now I don't know who. I only know one of these guys in the next one. Ashton Smith versus Joseph Connors. I only know Joseph Connors, so I can't really say whether or not this match will be good. But
Yeah, the other guy.
Yeah, I don't know the other guy. So, obviously, I may not even ever see him wrestle. But then we have this match that I think could be pretty good. Flash Morgan Webster versus James Drake. Now, they both actually competed on the opposite sides of each other not that long ago in a 6-man tag team match on 205 Live, and the altercation they had with each other was very good. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if James Drake is the guy who was in Defiant Wrestling.
I think that's Joseph. That was Joseph Connors.
I know Joseph Connors is there, but they have a guy named Drake.
I
think no, that's not him. That's not
okay.
him.
But Flash Morgan Webster too has a very had a very flamboyant gimmick too on 205 Live. So, but I think this match could be obviously a show stealer right here. And then obviously I only know one of the competitors in this match. I think you know the other one. Kenny Williams versus Dave Mastiff. I only know Kenny Williams because I saw him in a 4-way match on 205 Live. And I think you've seen Dan Mastiff because I know he was in Defiant Wrestling because when they showed.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah. So I can't really. So this match could be good, but it could. You never know. You could get like one of the matches that's like really bad. So you never know.
Yeah.
And then we have Lugero versus Travis Banks. I don't know any of these wrestlers, so I can't really comment.
Oh, that's going to be a fucking great match.
Oh, yeah, I think I might have seen Travis Banks wrestle.
Travis Banks is fucking awesome. So El Ligero is fucking great, too.
Yeah. So obviously we'll have to wait and see with that. And then we have Zach Gibson versus Amir Jordan.
Zach Gibson also was a part of. That's what I was thinking of. He was a part of Defiant Wrestling.
I see. And then we have Tucker versus Joe Coffey. I remember Tucker was in the UK tournament.
I have no idea Tucker's, but Joe Coffey's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know Joe Coffey, but Tucker was in the UK tournament last year. I think that was the person Tyler Bate beat in the first round. So, and then we have I think I know both these guys, Jordan Devlin versus Tyson T-Bone. Jordan Devlin obviously was in the tournament last year, and he had that controversial match with Danny Burch. I kind of wish they would have done a rematch between him and Danny Burch because they'd actually have a reason to have a match, but that's just me. And Tyson T-Bone, I remember, was in it last year. He had a very good match with Wolfgang. So, yeah, that's the tournament match. The only question I have is I don't know if they're gonna have. I feel like this tournament might not matter in the end because I don't think Pete Dunne is gonna lose the title, regardless of who wins.
I don't think he's gonna lose it.
Yeah, I mean the match could still be really good. We also know that on the June 18th episode, we're gonna have British Strong Style versus the Undisputed Era, which I'm very excited to see that match.
Super excited.
That might be one of the best matches, one of the best match of the year contenders. So
that match has so much hype around it right now.
And I don't know if this is true, but on Wikipedia, I don't know if this is just someone messing with Wikipedia. They have a fatal 4-way match announced on the day one, where the winner is gonna wrestle the NXT Women's Champion, whoever that's gonna be. I'm assuming it's gonna be Shayna Baszler for the title. And it's going to be Toni Storm versus Isla's Dawn Ginny versus Killer Kelly. I only know one of the wrestlers that are in this match, and that's Toni Storm.
Yeah, Toni Storm.
So she might win.
She signed one of those like WWE style contracts also too, not long ago, a few days ago.
And I got a great news for you, Chris. Too. TBD's making his return on the June 19th episode, day 2. He's wrestling Adam Cole for the North American title. TBD is
no way.
Yeah, TBD might finally get his big break. Remember,
TBD is back.
TBD always gets he always gets announced for shows, but they always replace him with people. I don't know what happened.
TBD just goes away.
I don't know.
He's like vacant. He just vanishes.
But on day 2, we know that Pete Dunne is going to wrestle the winner of the UK title tournament, and Shayna Baszler is going to wrestle. Well, actually, that's if Shayna Baszler is the NXT Women's Champion. The NXT Women's Champion will wrestle the winner of the 4-way match. Adam Cole, if he's the North American Champion, which I don't think he was going to lose it before this show, but he's wrestling TBD. It's awesome. TBD versus Adam Cole.
TBD.
That might be match of the year right there. TBD versus
TBD, baby.
Yep. And then we have TBD's pulling double duty too. The NXT Tag Team Champions, whoever they are going to wrestle TBD for the title. So TBD is pulling double duty.
Well, that's there's 2 TBDs there.
Exactly. So he's pulling what? Triple duty then?
Triple duty. The handicap match.
I don't know. How do you? I don't think one superstar can win the NXT Tag Team title. So that we may have some controversy going on right there.
TBD for the win.
Yeah. And then they also announced that there's going to be a tag team match. It's going to be Aleister Black and Ricochet versus EC3 and Velveteen Dream. That could be a really good tag team match right there.
Nice. I like that. That's good. That should be a great match.
Especially
I don't know those matches announced for day 2.
Well, it does say card subject to change. So
yeah, it does.
So TBD might not be there.
Depressing.
We have to do a moment of silence if TBD is not there.
We have to respect his credibility.
Yep. All right, so that's everything going on with the UK Championship tournament. We've held it up. Now we have to talk about Raw. I don't wanna, but we don't have a choice. We have to.
We do have a choice, but we're going over it.
Yeah, because it's what we do. So
BFB, best for business.
All right, so we had Raw for this week. It took place on May 21st, 2018. And we had Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Jonathan Coachman on commentary for this week. I think he was back. I know he missed a week when they were in England, but I don't know if it feels like it's been so long since that show's happened. It might have been I might have my time messed up. So, but I'm assuming I could. So then Kurt Angle comes out to cut a promo, but of course, before he can really say anything, Stephanie McMahon comes out and interrupts him. And Stephanie McMahon doesn't like his performance of how he's been treated, how he's been as GM. You know, he thinks he's getting his emotional standards are getting in the way because he constantly wants to give Roman Reigns opportunities. And Stephanie McMahon should have cut this promo in a mirror because that's not the case at all. So
yeah.
But then, of course, Roman Reigns comes out, and if only John was here, because Roman Reigns could literally say word for word. But you watch the show. What did Roman Reigns say? He pretty much assumed that Stephanie McMahon's the one that's against him, and I think Roman Reigns is living I think he's delusional here because he got to main event a pay-per-view, in a shitty match over AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and he got pushed to go in the main event of WrestleMania over Braun Strowman. He got chosen to win the Royal Rumble 2015 over Daniel Bryan. So I think Roman Reigns has his facts a little bit wrong right here. This isn't opinions, too. These are facts. These are literally things I'm just... But apparently, I guess I know you have to try to suspend your disbelief, but I'm calling bullshit on here. I'm not suspending my disbelief because I don't believe this crap.
Suspend it.
I'm not suspending it.
Suspend it.
So then Kevin Owens comes out and says that Stephanie McMahon's not showing anybody any favoritism. because she brought him back on Raw after he beat the crap out of her father. And then he puts a hand on her shoulder, and then Stephanie McMahon's like, "Don't ever put your hand on my shoulder again." So I guess as a punishment for Kevin Owens putting his hand on her shoulder, he got a match with Roman Reigns. So I guess that was supposed to be some sort of punishment or something.
I guess it was.
This promo segment really wasn't bad or anything, but there was like so many logicals and stuff that I'm gonna give it like a thumbs in the middle.
Like Stephanie didn't even need to be there.
No,
you didn't even need Stephanie for this episode of Raw.
No, not at all. And then
pointless.
Kurt Angle looked like absolute crap on this episode of Raw, and then
Mick Foley treatment.
Yeah, which I can understand Mick Foley getting the treatment because he's such a nice guy, but Kurt Angle's like the intense son of a bitch that he should just be getting in Stephanie's face and being like, "You're not gonna treat me like this.
I'm gonna fucking Angle slam you through a table."
Didn't he do that to her before, or am I thinking of somebody else?
He could have. I wouldn't doubt that. Because I know she's taking a pedigree.
Yeah.
Through a table, but a titty popped out at the same time.
Yeah. And then we had, it was just so weird because they had like a match with each other at WrestleMania, and it just feels like nothing's really come from that match at WrestleMania except Ronda Rousey's debut. But that's just me.
It's all water underneath the bridge, according to Stephanie.
Her arm was all fine too, which I'm assuming.
She must have gotten magical. Her arm must have magically healed after being broken.
Apparently, yeah. All right, so then we had the first match on the show. It was Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. I thought they were having a good match, but then Jinder Mahal runs out and attacks Roman Reigns, so this causes a DQ. So then Seth Rollins runs out, makes the save, and guess what? Got turned into a tag match, and we had the tag match, and I don't really remember anything that happened in the tag match, but I know Seth Rollins looked very impressive in this matchup, as he does every week.
Yeah.
And the finish comes when Rollins goes for the roll-up. It goes for the stomp, but Owens moves out of the way. So then he just hits it anyways. And Seth Rollins gets the win. I didn't really like that Kevin Owens had to take the fall over Jinder Mahal. I get that they want to protect him right now because he's feuding with Roman Reigns, but it just kind of sucks that you look at WWE, they think Jinder Mahal is way more important than Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, that wasn't over. After all the celebration is over, Jinder Mahal comes out behind him with a chair and lays out both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I think he threw Seth Rollins off the stage, but he might.
No, he hit. I think he hit Roman with a chair, and then Roman went off the stage.
Oh, okay, then that was Rollins who got hit with the chair.
Yeah.
And of course, now we're going to have an Intercontinental Championship match between Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal. Now, obviously, I could sarcastically say that that's going to be a great match, but ironically enough, that actually could be a great match because of the way Seth Rollins has been wrestling this year.
Yep. So. He's been a beast.
Yep. So overall, you know what the strangest thing is? All of this stuff it took an hour of Raw.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. So
it was also like the cuts were so weird too.
Yeah.
Like
so overall,
they right after Seth came out and made the save,
it
abruptly cut to commercial.
And of course they have that.
What the fuck?
And of course they have that line too when they come back. Apparently Michael Cole's like, "Oh yeah, Kurt Angle made this match during the commercial break," which he probably did actually, because if you're there live, that's normally what happens. But I'm just saying, like, what
they probably just had the match, like.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle probably didn't come out and say, "This is a tag team match."
Yeah.
There's probably already a ref out there.
Yeah. So overall, this would get like a thumbs in the middle because this stuff wasn't necessarily bad. It just lasted way too long.
Yeah.
It needed to last the whole.
It's more story builder than anything.
And then the story that's being built, I don't even like. Think about it. Like all I'm thinking about is we have to, because now it was announced on this show, we have to sit through a Money in the Bank Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal now, and I'm not sitting through. I would have just rather have him get that match over with on Raw instead.
Yeah,
because we have to sit through like the whole match. At least we would have gotten like a commercial break out of it, and we wouldn't have to see the whole.
It's gonna be a boring ass match.
And it's in Chicago too. No one's gonna want to watch that match in Chicago, especially.
Probably the worst crowd to be in front of, though.
And especially too,
specifically.
Especially too, this is gonna be right after NXT Takeover Chicago too. Like, come on. No one wants to see that match. I don't want to see it. You don't want to see it, but you know what? They're
Nope.
possibly getting $2 billion off a TV deal, so it's not like
They can do
you
whatever
have
they
to put.
want. They can just give us a fucking shitty match.
Yeah, they can do whatever
A raw opener as a pay-per-view match.
they can do whatever they want because they're making a lot of money. So
It's
so
the
like
raw. It's a raw opener.
yeah. Speaking of shitty stuff, unfortunately we have to talk about this now. And I watched the segment twice, so that I specifically watched the segment twice so I could remember Bobby Lashley's sisters' names. So the second time was a waste of time. So I'm gonna try to explain the segment the best I can. Um, so that I called this segment Sami Zayn exposes Bobby Lashley. Now I feel bad for Sami Zayn because I think he tried to make this work, and
Just didn't work.
yeah, no, but
No
I
one
don't think
cared. It
the
was.
Rock.
It was like. It
Yeah,
was very boring.
so we didn't get Bobby Lashley's sisters. Who do we
We got
get?
3 men
Dressed
in
in drag.
drag.
Um,
Yay! Because that's funny still, right?
I don't even think one, and I think one of them was white, which doesn't make any sense because I would imagine,
One of them also had a mustache.
yeah.
Only
And I
one of
know
them
one
looked
of
like a
them's name.
fucking girl.
He talks to one of them, and he says his name was Kathy, and she talks about how Bobby Lashley apparently used to beat the crap out of his sisters when she was young, when they were younger. So he had to use her mama's broom to defend herself. It was like, and of course, like the way that Sami Zayn kept repeating what they were saying, like it's something you would have seen like in Blue's Clues or something.
It was just like, it was a bad attempt at comedy.
Yeah, and then like what? He went over to like the other sister. I don't even remember what supposedly her name was supposed to be, and she talked about how she saved up to get this helmet, um, so that way Lashley
And
wouldn't
again,
be
which
able to hit
wasn't
her
brought up
anymore.
in the Lashley promo at all.
Um, and then she went. Then they talked about how like Bobby Lashley was like a thief and stole candy and stuff when he was a kid, and nobody ever called the cops on him or something. I don't even know. And then they talked about how like everybody hated him around the neighborhood, and he was put in delinquent school, and like they had to explain what it was. Like nobody doesn't know what delinquent school is. And then Bobby Lashley comes out, and I thought the segment was going to get better because he was just going to come out and be a tearing wrecking machine and kick their asses. But that's not what happened. The Bobby Lashley come out and he talks and he
He
says
was
that
laughing.
apparently I don't know if he was laughing because it was so bad or if it because he actually thought this was funny. Um,
I have no idea what he thought.
yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. You know what I would have been thinking? Ironically enough, I never thought I would say this, but he should have stayed in Impact Wrestling because he would have been utilized much better there than he was in this. Here, the
He
Bobby
just
Lashley
like,
return has absolutely failed. Like after this segment, there's no coming back. This feud's failed now because there's no coming back now. You know what's gonna probably happen? They're gonna try to like sweep the segment under the rug like it didn't happen.
oh
Um,
yeah, definitely, because no one laughed. I
and
thought it was gonna be fucking hilarious,
then Sami
but it
Zayn
wasn't
says,
funny even remotely.
"Yeah." And then Sami Zayn haluba kick says he's gonna no, it says he's going to haluba kick him out of the win and toss him out like he's a sack of garbage. Which I guess that line wasn't bad, but I was just the segment was just such a fail that it that made that line a fail. So then Lashley like attacks him, and then all three sisters and Sami Zayn beat him up, and Lashley fights him off, and of course because Sami Zayn's the cowardly heel, he escapes, and then he beats the crap out of. Well, he doesn't really beat the crap out of his sisters, but he beats the crap out of the people pretending to be his
The
sisters.
3 guys.
Yeah, and then he did like a segment where like he took I think what was supposed to be Kathy, and like rode her on the broom as if she was a witch. I don't even or she I don't even know.
And it was terrible. Down.
Yeah. I don't even know. I feel like I tried to. I feel like I tried to explain that segment. But I don't think anybody else would have been able to explain that segment as well as I tried to. So,
Oh
uh,
yeah, definitely. Fucking terrible segment. Fucking
yeah,
horrible. Wasted my fucking time.
yeah. This has got to be the worst segment I've seen this year, at least this year.
Oh yeah.
Like when we do our year end awards, I think this is gonna. I don't know what can get worse than this. Like now,
This is shit.
a lot of people are saying that this is the worst segment that they've done in years. Absolutely not. There's been actually worse segments that they've done within this past this past year. Not this year. But I'm talking about last year. So There's been worse segments they've done.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
I
just
know we
fucking
talked.
terrible.
I know one of them we didn't talk about off air. That was much worse was when Jinder Mahal was making fun of Shinsuke Nakamura, because he wasn't American. I think those were way worse than
Oh
this.
yeah, because he didn't speak English. That's
Yeah,
why.
and you know the
I
funny
mean,
thing
not the
is,
joke that it says now,
yeah,
where it says no speaking English, but like
Bailey, this
this
is
is
your
just
life.
like him making fun of Nakamura's face for 4 straight weeks.
Bailey, this is your life segment was worse. The old day promo. Actually, I don't know if that was worse because now you can look back on it and laugh, but that was
Yeah,
probably. But
I
um,
look back at it now and I kind of laugh at it. It's kind of
yeah.
funny now.
Then you have all those Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt segments they did when obviously they were feuding. Um,
They had a House of Horrors match.
yeah, and then you had Bray Wyatt as a transvestite. Well, no, sorry, Prince Nevitz promo that he cut as the Demon Pumpkin right before the match. I feel like those probably aren't worse though, because at least we didn't get anything out of it. So
Yeah.
actually, a segment I'm actually thinking about right now is, and I was in the crowd live for this too, and I still hated it then. Was that This Is Your Life they did with John Cena a while back too? I think that might have been worse than this.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. Uh, Obviously, the burial of the Nexus was probably worse than this. I could like while this segment is really bad, that's not the worst segment that's taken place in years. So yes, it sounds like I'm defending it, but I'm just saying if you I'm defending um it's bad, but it's not the worst segment they've done in
It
years.
should have been his actual sisters. I think that would have
You know
made
what
it
the worst
better.
you know what the worst part is too? OTO Central brought this up on his show. If you think about it, they had 3 weeks to plan this segment and they bombed
Oh
massively.
yeah.
Um But you know what? They were probably just thinking this week we're gonna get a lot of money. It doesn't matter if this segment delivers or not. I think this might have been why though. This was probably one of the lowest rated Raws of the year because after this segment, I think a lot of people probably turned off the show. Um,
It was bad.
and this was probably not a segment to have when you're trying to compete against NBA playoffs. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if the NBA playoffs were on yet because I know.
Yeah, it's tonight. It's
No, I don't know if it
they could
was.
run into competition Monday too. If the Rockets Warriors game goes to a game 7, they could run into some competition.
Yeah. Well, what time was it on Monday? If you know what time.
Tonight it's 9 o'clock, but it could be 8. I think it's 8:30.
Oh, what time was it on Monday though? Because I think this
I
segment
think
took
it could.
place.
I think it's either 8 or 8:30.
Oh, this segment was probably competing in direct competition.
Yeah.
I kind of
If the Rockets win tonight, the series is over.
yeah.
But if they don't, it will go to a game 7 on Monday, probably 8:30.
So yeah, that was a bad segment. I want to just move on from it. All right, then we had something actually good. At least I thought so, anyways. Ember Moon versus Alexa Bliss with Mickey James on not on commentary, just ringside. What I am gonna give it down to Alexa Bliss's promo where she talked
Oh,
about some sort of
the Roman Empire and
yeah.
just Greek mythology. It's like I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Just go to the ring.
I don't even think it's Alexa's fault because there was clearly the scripted line she was told to say. So that doesn't even
Yeah.
sound like something that Alexa would even say.
It doesn't even sound like it.
So Alexa's promo will get it down. The match itself, I actually thought was pretty good. The match I'll give it up. Um, Alexa Bliss was dominating the matchup for a good portion of the match. And then eventually Mickey James comes in for the distraction, and the referee ejects her from ringside. But Emma Moon just ends up kicking her anyways. So the referee didn't really need to eject her, I guess, anyways. And then Emma Moon hits the Eclipse for the win.
The one thing I hated though is like the ejections. Like when a heel gets ejected, they throw a big scene.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
it's the biggest crime of the century.
I know.
Like, all right, no need for the extra. Like Mickey James, you could clearly see she was going to get tossed out of this match.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
The referee had his back turned for about 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
She came in with the high heel in her hand, looked at the ref, and then threw it, and then she got tossed, and then she threw a hissy fit. And I'm like,
yeah. But I like the match though. The match will get enough.
match is still good. It's just that It's just stupid.
I do like the way Ember Moon's being used on the main roster so far too, so that's good.
Book's strong. She should be.
Then we had, speaking of someone that's not being used well on the main roster, I mean, I guess I expected it anyways, but not this quickly. No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin. Now this gets it down because obviously for me, because Baron Corbin was there, and anywhere Baron Corbin is, it's going to get it down no matter what. So he might be right outside my house right now. So
Johnny Gargano and you.
So yeah, Baron Corbin won with the end of days. He pretty much squashed No Way Jose. I don't think No Way Jose really got much offense in this match. So,
the premise of this feud is Baron Corbin hates fun.
Yeah.
No Way Jose is all about fun. Let's have a match. Okay, what else? What else is there to this feud besides Baron Corbin's not a fun person? He's mean, and No Way Jose is a nice and funny guy. What who likes to dance? Like what's the premise of this feud?
I also have the question is why does No Way Jose come up with the conga line? I don't think he did that once in NXT. He never did it again. So I don't know.
He needs to be pushed better.
Yeah.
I feel like Baron Corbin, it's an automatic loss for him.
Yeah. No Way Jose, I think his career is already dead in the water.
Just like 90% of the fucking the Raw roster.
Yeah. So this was a down, waste of time, waste of life.
It really was. Like, if you're gonna bring someone up, at least push them.
Exactly.
Like, why are you bringing up No Way Jose? In his first night, he beats a jobber and he wins, and then he loses his next 2 matches.
Yeah, I don't
like singles matches. I think did he eat the pin in the 6-man tag?
Yeah, he did.
So I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I just don't fucking get what they're going with him. Like, he's 210. They want the next Latin star. They got it. And now it's like he's being treated like fucking Adam Rose.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. He's dancing. He's a dancing dude. He's funny. Like, but can you push him at least?
The difference is, I would say he's
show his talents that he has.
Yeah, he's got more talent than Adam Rose did. So
way more talent. He was way more talent. He's super talented.
Yeah. Like, I remember that match he had with Austin Aries at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2. He actually had to.
That match is awesome.
Yeah. So
that was one of Aries' first matches too.
Yeah, and the funny thing is in NXT he was booked like this, but they showed that he could get serious when he needed to get serious on the main roster.
It's all fun and games until you get in that ring.
Yeah.
And that's what his gimmick should be. Not it's all fun and games and then he jobs out in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not what it should be. It should be he should be winning.
Yeah.
If you want to bring him up, like, go with the job thing where the job guy comes out or whatnot. Bring out lower tier talent that you have. Not like a mid-card guy like Baron Corbin coming out and squashing him in 2 minutes every week.
Yeah.
Like, that's not pushing someone.
Yeah. And Baron Corbin, like we've talked about, well, obviously I've talked about before, what a black hole of talent he is. That dude sucks. That dude's got no potential. He's
like Kevin Nash.
And I hate Kevin Nash, as you know, is like one of my top 5 least favorite wrestlers of all time.
He's literally like Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
He's got like a big boot, deep 6, elbows, end of days, and the hair flip, and the punches. So like literally everything Kevin Nash does.
Yeah.
Plus a deep 6. That's it.
Like, I can't like think about it. Baron Corbin does nothing well. The dude can't wrestle. A lot of people say like he does hit a good finisher and a good deep 6. That's not how it works. It's the guy that takes the move that makes it look good, not him.
It's a good finish. It's
not him that's making the finish work. It's the guy that takes it. Because it didn't look that great when he hit it on No Way Jose this week. So
it's like more on the guy because he's the guy taking it.
And a lot of people love his theme song. That's not him. You could give that song to anybody.
It does fit with him though because he's a metalhead.
I'm just saying that's still not him though. That's the guys that performed the song. You could give that song to probably Aleister Black and he would make it work.
You could, but I think Aleister Black's song fits him better.
I was just make, and then obviously the dude can't cut a, the dude can't talk on the mic to save his life.
No, he's not. I mean, he's average on the microphone. Yeah. That's probably his best quality is the mic skills, but that's about it.
Like I get like, what a black hole of talent. Like I think he's the black hole that sucked up the black hole of talent.
I feel like if he would have gone face by now, it would expand his moveset a little bit more. Because when you're a heel, you're mostly like big boots. That's like basically what Charlotte was when she was a heel. It was just big boot central. And it was funny too. She was like, right after she turned face, she was like, I can't throw big boots anymore. Yeah. That's like the only thing she did.
He still does, but not all the time.
It's only like to set up like the figure eight.
Yeah. All right,
then we finisher anymore.
Then we had the next segment. It was well, actually, this wasn't the next. I think this segment happened earlier in the show. I just forgot to write it down. But Stephanie McMahon apparently took over Kurt Angle's office.
Yeah, apparently so, because that's totally necessary.
Yeah, and
out in the hallway looking like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna talk about the Stephanie McMahon segment first. She was in her office. She had a picture of her dad and a fruit basket, and Prince Neville and Braun Strowman.
Like it was his fucking funeral.
Yeah, and they want a rematch with Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, which I don't know if you noticed, we forgot to cover that match last week. Actually, we forgot to cover that match.
Yeah, I think we did. I totally forgot it even happened.
I think I forgot to write it in my notes, or I think because we were trying to get to the trivia, so we missed out. So
yeah,
pretty much what happened is they lost, and I was conflicted about it. This week I think they obviously fixed the problem, but because the problem is while Ziggler and McIntyre shouldn't be losing, Braun Strowman really shouldn't be losing either. And
yeah, so it's kind of Finch shouldn't really be losing either.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, well, Finn's already been kind of damaged enough as it was. I'm just like Braun Strowman's supposed to be like one of your top guys, and he's losing to Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. I think it's more important to protect Braun Strowman than it is Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. I know like those guys are really talented and stuff, but I'm just saying this should be priorities.
Yeah.
I would say one of the flaws was they shouldn't have even done that match at all. So but anyhow, they want a rematch with McIntyre and Ziggler. But then Stephanie McMahon tries to pit Strowman and Neville against each other, where Stephanie McMahon says that tries to blame Braun Strowman for the loss. They're saying that Neville's probably blaming him for the loss. Then Strowman like looks at Prince Neville like he's looking right into his soul, which I thought was funny.
Breaks it, squishes an apple.
Stephanie McMahon then makes a match between them to kind of prove that at Money in the Bank, in the men's Money in the Bank match anyways, it's every man for themselves, which I thought kind of made, well, I mean, this segment I didn't really like too much because it was Stephanie McMahon being Stephanie McMahon.
Too much Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. So I'm going to give this segment probably a down because and I didn't really
like because too much Stephanie McMahon.
And I also didn't really like, I thought the segment with Strowman crushed the apple was very cartoony too. And but I did like how Prince Neville looked like he was absolutely scared that he had to face Braun Strowman, which I thought made Strowman look like a monster. So I thought that was cool. All right, so then later on in the night, Kurt Angle was backstage. I guess he was just out in the hallway and he couldn't get a cell signal, which I felt bad for the guy, I guess. And
apparently he can't get a cell service.
Yeah. So then Chad Gable comes up and Kurt Angle apologizes that he couldn't put Chad Gable in the Money in the Bank qualifying match last week. But
with this segment, like just an overview of the segment, I think they're going to put American Alpha back together.
Yeah, I think that's I think, especially because of the amount of altercations we've seen with Kurt Angle and Chad Gable.
I think that would help get Jason Jordan back over again.
I feel like the Sun thing's still going to kind of hurt him a little bit, though.
A little bit. I mean, I think they'll move past it.
Oh,
But
definitely, yeah.
I think it would make sense if they just brought back American Alpha and just dropped the whole
I thought
Southern thing.
I thought Jason Jordan was going to return on this show actually with what they did.
I thought so too. Like I was looking for it. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, but what
But
happened is
apparently he's backstage like on Raw this upcoming week.
yeah.
He's gonna
So,
be there.
so
So
Drew
hopefully,
Mac
like maybe we'll get an American Alpha reunion, which would be good. It should help the tag team division a little bit.
on Raw, yeah.
Should give them a boost.
And I wouldn't mind sitting through another Revival American Alpha match. It probably won't be as great as the matches in NXT because we know what the WWE thinks of the Revival.
Yeah.
But I still like to sit through.
I mean, they think of Jason Jordan pretty highly.
Yeah,
Same with Chad Gable, by the way. They're putting him over on commentary.
yeah. So what happened is Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler walked back up, and I don't even remember why they were there actually. But pretty much this was just used to set up a match between Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable. So I don't really remember so that's what this was used for. So I don't really remember why, but I don't really remember why Ziggler. I think they wanted some sort of match or something.
Yeah, and then like Chad Gable like kind of stuck up for Kurt Angle or whatever.
Yeah, I think they might have been.
So they had a match, and was that next or was that?
No, first was the B team versus Breezango, and the B team beat them in 2 seconds, I think, like a minute.
Yeah.
And then they celebrate. Now, this for me, I know everyone's entertained by the B team, and I am a little bit myself. But this for me,
I love when they went down the ramp on the chair together. That was fucking hysterical.
That was funny. But this for me gets a thumbs in the middle because, like we talked about in the SmackDown live reactions, if this is the best tag team you got to face the Deleter of Worlds, then your tag team division has clearly on Raw is in trouble.
That's why they're probably bringing up the hints of American Alpha again.
Yeah, definitely. Because if the B team's the best, there's something wrong with the tag team division if the B team are number one contender.
It's a comedy thing, but I think eventually they're going to go into the Deleter of Worlds.
Yeah. Then we had the Raw Women's Championship contract signing, which Stephanie McMahon hosted because
He ruined it, by the way.
Oh, yeah, she kind of did, yeah. I still thought this was a good segment, but Stephanie McMahon ruined it a little bit.
She went on either side and like shit on both of them.
Yeah.
Which literally made no fucking sense. After she said that, oh, it's all water underneath the bridge. Yeah. Like an hour before this. And then like during this contract signing, she was like shitting on Ronda Rousey.
She kind of shat on Alexa. She shat on Alexa Bliss too.
Like she's fucking buried the whole women's division in like like a minute.
Gail Kim said on
terrible. This is a terrible contract signing. Once again, too much Stephanie McMahon.
That should be like the title of this episode. Too much Stephanie McMahon.
It's like I mean, I get it. You're the heel authority figure. You want a heel authority figure in charge of this, but like one segment. That's all you need her for.
Yeah.
There's no authority anymore. Like the authority's dead. There's no need for her to even be on the show anymore.
Yeah.
She's useless. Like she was like, and then when she was like talking shit like for Ronda Rousey to Nia Jax, then randomly Nia got up and was like all upset that like Ronda was like saying that. And I'm like, it's clearly Stephanie McMahon that's saying that to you.
Exactly.
Like, wouldn't they both be pissed off at Stephanie? Or then be pissed off at each other? Like,
yeah.
The segment was confusing.
I don't know.
Like, Stephanie was talking shit about both of them.
Yeah.
Ronda wasn't saying anything.
I will admit, Ronda, but one thing I think Ronda's definitely getting a little bit more comfortable talking on the microphone now because she came off much better on the mic.
I think she definitely has improved on the microphone.
Yeah.
But this segment again, it's a middle because there wasn't really much to it.
Yeah, it was really everything you just said, pretty much.
Yeah, it was just Stephanie McMahon being useless.
Yeah,
just out there just insulting Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey.
I do question.
Be a star though.
Yeah.
That Be a Star campaign is really working.
And they probably shouldn't have brought up the fact that, like I said, she buried Alexa Bliss too. And Gail Kim recently did an interview talking about how Stephanie McMahon's helping the women's division now, making it seem like she cared about women's wrestling. And Gail Kim admitted that it's all BS because if she really did, she would have helped the woman years ago when she was there.
Yeah, she didn't give a fuck about them when it was tits
Exactly.
and ass. She didn't care about them then. Now all of a sudden, like Triple H has like an influx of female talent coming up
Yeah.
from NXT, and she's just like, "Up, I'm gonna jump on this bandwagon now."
Oh yeah.
Like
You know what it?
where were you before 2012?
Yeah.
Oh,
Triple,
wait a minute, you weren't anywhere.
the real person that was
You went non-existent.
the real person that's behind this women's revolution is Triple H.
Yeah, he's the reason why they went from tits and ass to actual wrestling. Bring in actual wrestlers.
You know what?
Not women with fake tits.
You know what it
Actual
was?
wrestlers.
You know why the women's division is better now? Because they wanted to bring in Ronda Rousey, and they realized that if they couldn't have the women's division be shit if she was brought in because she had no one to wrestle. That's why it is what it is now.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved from the women's revolution.
Yeah.
Women's revolution, then women's evolution, and now it's it's a big deal now because they actually have women on the roster who can wrestle. Novelty idea there.
Yeah, I know. Then we had.
They couldn't even fucking. They got 2 minutes on TV and they couldn't even wrestle out of a fucking paper bag.
Yeah. Then we have the next segment, and then after this Raw contract signing, you could totally see that the WWE really didn't care about time because these next few matches, a lot of guys got jobber entrances.
Oh yeah.
Because Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable in this match didn't even get entrances at all.
And for a good match too.
Yeah. This was a good match.
Two amateur wrestlers.
Gable hit a cool German suplex in this match, and then the finish came when Dolph Ziggler hit a thumb in the eye into a super kick for the win. I kind of wish Chad Gable had won this match in a way.
Yeah.
I get they're trying to push Dolph Ziggler, but let's be honest, they've done so much damage to Dolph Ziggler. It's not like it really hurts him to lose this match.
It doesn't hurt him to lose this match, but at the same time, like,
yeah,
they're finally starting to like push him again.
Yeah, and then afterwards,
yeah, he's like with Drew McIntyre, a guy that both Vince and Triple H both absolutely love and are going to push to the moon. But like, it also doesn't hurt that they're pushing Ziggler at the same time too.
Oh, definitely. Then afterwards, Drew McIntyre lays out Chad Gable with the Claymore. This is when I thought we were going to get Jason Jordan.
Oh, but before the Claymore, when they started beating him up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here comes Jason Jordan. Nope.
Maybe next week.
Hopefully,
but overall,
I really hope it's the return of American Alpha. And
but overall,
not him as. I mean, obviously they're probably gonna still like talk about him being, Kurt's son, but like not like as much as before. It's probably gonna be toned down like 80%. Because
they couldn't really.
What it was before.
Yeah, because that storyline's kind of gone away now because of his injury.
Because people have forgotten about him. So when he comes back, he's probably gonna get a fucking huge pop now. He's actually really fucking good.
Yeah. So this match was good. Gets an up. Then we had a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Liv Morgan with Ruby Riott versus Sarah Logan. Also with Ruby Riott versus Dana Brooke versus Natalya. This match was okay. Really, the right person won. Natalya beat, I think, Liv Morgan with the sharpshooter.
Yeah. It kind of acted like a tornado tag match almost. Where it was like Dana Brooke and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. I did like
the spot they did where Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan teased like they were going to wrestle each other, and then they just didn't wrestle each other. I thought that was funny.
It kind of operated as a tag team match, though.
Yeah.
It was like Dana and Natalya versus the Riot Squad.
And then afterwards,
because I think the Celtics game was on at the same time, and I was watching that. Yeah, I was watching that. I was watching Raw on my phone, and I wasn't even paying attention, and I was like, "Is this a tag team match?"
Yeah,
because it literally looked like that. Like it didn't look like it was a Fatal 4-Way match.
And then afterwards, Natalya cut the promo talking about how her and Ronda Rousey are both gonna walk out with all the gold. I think it's pretty much teasing like Natalya is gonna turn heel on Ronda Rousey and possibly cash in.
I said this countless times. This is the Natalya now, where she's face for a little bit and then she turns heel on her best friend storyline. This is like same thing with Nikki Bella. It's the same fucking premise. Becky Lynch, same thing. They were best friends. Then she turns on him because she's jealous of them, and they go way back.
Way back.
Natalia and Becky Lynch go back to Japan, and obviously like Nikki and Brie have known each other since like 2006, and Nikki, Brie, and Natalia have known each other since like 06 and stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I've known you for a long time. Now I'm gonna turn on you. It's like literally what her. That's the purpose of Natalia now. Not to be a women's wrestler, and a great one at that, and a champion. Her storylines are she's best friends with someone and then she turns on them.
I do like the idea though, because I think what's going to happen at Money in the Bank is because it's way too soon for Ronda Rousey probably to win the Raw Women's title right now, but it's also too soon for her to lose. And quite frankly, I don't really want to see Nia Jax be the one to defeat her.
And I also think it's like they're saying that Nia might go heel for this match, but I also think it's too soon for her to go heel.
Yeah.
Because of that BS Star promo that she cut after winning the championship. I feel like that's like it's a little bit too early for that.
Yeah. So I think what's going to happen is Natalia's they're going to pull a Seth Rollins like they did at WrestleMania 31, and Natalya will probably win the Women's Money in the Bank and cash in
that match.
Yeah. And pin Nia, so that way Ronda doesn't have to eat the pin.
Oh, yeah. So therefore, they both have a legitimate gripe with her.
Yeah, and then Ronda, and then they can do like Natalya versus Nia at Extreme Rules, and then at SummerSlam you do Natalya versus Ronda for the title, and then Ronda can win it at SummerSlam.
That does make sense.
Because quite frankly, you're booked in a corner with that match. So
you also booked in a corner with Nia Jax being the babyface.
Yeah. All right, then we had the next match. It was Robert Bob, Bobby Roode, Totally Awesome, Mark Roode. Well, now I'll be calling Bob Roode throughout the rest of this video because then we'll be okay. Versus Elias.
Until he gets pushed better, he's gonna be Bob Roode.
Yeah. Versus Elias. Elias cut his performance, and obviously as he does every week, he delivered. So his performance will get an up. This match gets a down.
Bobby Roode's magically healed from the throat injury.
Yeah, he magically healed through the and they just randomly I feel like they just randomly remembered this was a feud because they didn't do anything with this last week, and then Michael Cole was like, "Oh, this is a reinforced feud or something."
Yeah, like stupid. It's a dumb feud. Turn him heel.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool though if like turn him heel and he joined up with Elias.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Because it kind of their gimmicks would like mesh together well.
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby Roode's a good babyface, but he's much better as the arrogant heel,
especially with this gimmick.
Oh yeah,
this is a heel.
This gimmick is that's why it worked so well in NXT when he was a heel.
Yeah,
because he's arrogant. That's what Bobby Roode is. He's an arrogant fuck.
And I know a lot of people say like, well, he's getting a big reaction with this gimmick. It's still a heel gimmick.
It's a heel gimmick. They didn't change any aspect of the gimmick. They just changed his allegiance in a way.
So Elias attacked him before the match even happened, before Bob Roode could even get his robe off, and then Bob Roode starts beating the crap out of him, and then the finish eventually comes when Elias hits drift away from the top turnbuckle, and he wins. So, and this match was a waste of everybody's time.
He should have at least won like one of the matches, Bobby Roode, because I feel like him just getting like basically squashed by Elias,
especially since he's in the Money in the Bank match too.
Yeah, like he's the most irrelevant competitor in the match.
And then afterwards, this was awesome right here. Braun Strowman just comes out and absolutely plows right through him.
Fucking funny. He just comes out and absolutely runs him over.
Yeah.
It was like 10:40 at this point, and I was like, wait a minute. The main event's up next. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So then we had...
I felt like the show was like 5 minutes long.
Yeah. So then we had the main event. It was Braun Strowman versus Prince Devitt. And I like this match here. Had Prince Devitt had this match with Kane back when Kane returned, I think Prince Devitt we wouldn't have been saying that Prince Devitt was squashed by Kane.
Yeah.
But he still was squashed by Kane. But here, he wasn't squashed. In the beginning, Braun Strowman pretty much got all the offense, which is exactly what should have happened. But then eventually Prince Devitt starts to make his comeback. He hits a slim blade on the floor, the coup de grace on the barricade, and there was points where you thought that Prince Devitt could have won this match. And then
But then Braun Strowman.
Yeah, then Braun Strowman won with 2 power slams, and he still put him over at the end. He picked him up and put him in the corner and kind of showed that he had mutual respect for Prince Devitt. So I thought that both guys looked really good in this match. So I'm going to give this match an up. It was a good way to end the show.
And also, too, I wouldn't mind them becoming a tag team because they need it. And it's funny, too, because in that, I just realized this, but, I think it was either in Ups and Downs with Simon Miller, but she said that, makeshift tag teams can't get rematches or whatever, but aren't, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt a makeshift tag team, and they're the tag team champions?
No, dude, they're a real tag team, all right? Bray Wyatt was thrown into the Lego reincarnation, and that's what brought them together.
But they're a makeshift tag team, though.
You could say the same thing about
Roadhouse and Curtis Axel, makeshift tag team.
Yeah.
But they're getting that's where the logic doesn't make any sense, because Stephanie says that makeshift tag teams don't deserve title matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Or rematches, but then that's what 90% of the Raw roster, the Raw tag team division is makeshift tag teams.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So Raw. We didn't give a. Raw was a very average. I think if you looked up the definition, actually, now that we talked about it, it was a bad. This wasn't even an average show. It was a bad show. I want to give it a 4 out of 10. It was a bad.
It was very lackluster. It was very forgettable. Very forgettable.
And I don't think I know a lot of people could say, well, this could have been the NBA. I don't think the NBA had anything to do with the reason this Raw was bad. This Raw just was sucked. I don't think it was NBA that had anything to do with it.
It's. I'm gonna say it again. Too much Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. So
Way
I don't
too much. And that's what kills it.
Yeah.
Because there's no point for her to be on the show if her husband isn't there. If her husband's not there, there's 0 point for her to be on the show.
Also, I think what hurt the show was you could feel. I think the crowd died right after that Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley.
It did. It was fucking. You could. It was terrible. The crowd was so bad after that. It sucked the life out of the building.
Yeah.
Because I think they actually expected Bobby Lashley's actual sisters. And once they got 3 dudes in drag, it sucked the life out of the crowd.
Yeah. All right, now
I think that would have been more impactful had it been his actual sisters, and not 3 dudes in drag.
Yeah, I think they've ruined Bobby Lashley now. He's ruined now. He can't recover from this.
Yeah, it's he can't be the MMA guy because that's Brock.
Yeah. He should have just stayed in.
I wonder if once Brock leaves, he'll get that MMA gimmick.
Maybe. But now he's not a lot of people are saying he's a future contender for Brock. After doing a storyline like this, how can he be a future contender for Brock?
There's no plans for that.
Yeah.
Which is idiotic.
And also, he should. I know it's he should have stayed. If they were going to do this shit with Bobby Lashley, he should have just stayed at Impact Wrestling. So
he should have. He definitely should have, but WWE can pay more.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. All right, but let's get to SmackDown now. It took place the next day, which in October of 2019 might not be a thing. So
yeah.
We
might be going back to SmackDown taped in September of 2019.
I do kind of hope it goes back to Fridays because it's still kind of weird for me watching it on Tuesday.
Everything that we reported earlier it's a done deal. They are going to Fox Sports.
I hope it's not taped.
It's going to be on Friday. It's going to be 3 hours.
I just hope it's not taped though, because then the ratings are going to be really tough to.
Oh, the ratings they're going to plummet.
Yeah. But anyhow,
they can't go back to being taped because no one's going to watch it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They tape it on Tuesdays. Oh, they did originally tape it on Tuesdays. Guess what happens on Wednesday? The spoilers come out. And guess what? People look at the spoilers.
Yeah.
And then by Friday, no one watches the show.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this SmackDown took place on May 22nd, 2018. The commentary team was Corey Graves, back at his job again. who apparently had an injury on this show. I don't.
Yep.
Chris's best friend, Tom Phillips.
Fuck face.
And I don't have anything to say about him, Byron Saxton. He's just kind of there because we don't have
there.
We don't have really a joke that we say on the show.
They say that they could shake up the commentary teams also too next year for that when they move to Fox Sports.
I agree. Yeah. All right, then. So you and I did a live reaction to this show. So Miz TV segment with the New Day. Miz pretty much wants to know the scoop. Who is going to be the third guy that's going to be of the New Day that's going to be in the Money in the Bank match? Now, obviously, there's been speculation that it's probably going to be Big E because they want to give him a big push. But we don't know if it's going to be Kofi because they want to have all the guys do the high spots. So it's really up in the air. And pretty much then the Miz says that he could gets frustrated when the New Day aren't really giving him much of an answer. So
he also brought up Fort Line.
Yeah, Fort Line. Because he messed up the name of Fortnite.
Yo, it's Fortnite.
And then
I play video games.
I actually think it's probably true. Yeah, I don't think he does play video games. So then the Miz says he can defeat any member of the New Day at any given night. And then the New Day say it's going to be Big E. Now, the Miz thinks it's going to be Big E in the Money in the Bank match, but no, they swerved us, and they say it's going to be Big E wrestling the Miz tonight. And the Miz says that he's not going to grant them that match because they won't tell him which one of them is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then they throw pancakes at him and yell shame.
That was funny.
That was funny. And then when the Miz goes backstage, Paige comes up and Paige says, "You said you could beat you said you could beat any member of the New Day at any given night. Go do it now." And I guess this scared him, the Miz, and he went and did it. I did like that they did the backstage segment because it made it feel like a real segment, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And we had the match between the Miz and Big E. They had a good match. What was so weird about this match was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston both did commentary during this match. Xavier Woods did it for like right before the commercial, and then Kofi came and did it after the commercial came back.
And they brought up like a chair, and they fed him syrup.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Big E ended up injuring Corey Graves in this match. Apparently, he nicked him in the lip with his jacket. Poor Corey Graves. I do love it too because it's probably him just being like that heel commentator on Twitter. So.
It is. It's funny. Corey Graves is awesome.
Yeah. So our thoughts go out for Corey Graves though, and hope he recovers from this injury. So though.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Can't afford to lose him.
Yeah. Especially too that we're stuck with Tom.
Catastrophic injury.
We're stuck with your best friend Tom Phillips on commentary.
Nope.
What are you saying? Nope, that we're stuck with him on commentary, or no, that he's your best friend?
That he's the what you just said. That thing.
I'm just you don't even want to say it.
I hate
anyhow,
the bar very forgettable on commentary.
The bar went out.
Commentator.
Yeah, the bar went out and attacked Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston leaps off the steel steps, I believe, on the Cesaro, and then Sheamus hits a bro kick on Kofi, and of course this distracted Big E, so this allowed Miz to kind of hit a skull crushing finale on Big E, not really. And he got the win, and this is leading to a 6-man tag team match next week. Now, if you watch the live reactions, I called it, and it happened.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's back to like when the Shield were facing the Bar and Miz again, kind of like that, where they have that makeshift like stable, and I think that's back again now.
And by the way, Stephanie McMahon, I just want to let you know the Bar and the Miz got a rematch against the Shield when they lost. So I'm just saying.
Makeshift tag team.
Yeah. So overall, this segment was everything with the New Day and the Miz, what they did with them gets an up.
Gets up because it was really, really fucking good.
Yeah.
From beginning to end. Including Kofi jumping up Cesaro's back.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Which was fucking insane. I've never seen anyone do that before.
All right, then we had Lana with Aiden English versus Billy Kay with Peyton Royce in a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Of course, it's going to be a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match, not qualifying for the men's Money in the Bank match.
Nope.
So,
That'd be funny.
do you want to break this match down? Because you had fun watching it.
I did. So Aiden English does the same thing that he does for Rusev to announce Lana.
It was
She
Lana
comes
Day that
out
day.
to a huge fucking pop because once again they're both over.
Yep.
Novelty idea there. So before the match gets started, though, Aiden English brings out a Lana Day sign or whatever I think it was, and then the Iconics go out and they try to attack Aiden English.
You forgot to mention the Iconics tried to do like the impersonation where they.
Oh, they did, and that wasn't funny even the least bit.
Did we get that down?
That's a down. But then Lana comes out, comes to the ringside. She sloppily throws Peyton Royce into the barricade, where Peyton Royce overjumped. And so they go back into the ring, and Billy Kay eats, I think, a punch or a kick, and then sloppily falls down, and then doesn't jump for the X Factor, and then gets pinned. 1, 2, 3.
Gotta correct you, Chris. I know it's not. I know technically it is the X Factor, but when Lana does it, it's the Face Buster.
It's the same fucking move.
That's not what Tom Phillips called it.
I don't care what Tom Phillips says.
I know you know that, but I'm just saying. We got to go by what Tom Phillips said. What
no, we don't. Fucking hate him.
But yeah, overall, this wasn't up. I don't think
overall, this is up. Again, WWE's gonna be fucking stupid and break them up in a couple of weeks, anyways.
Yeah, I know it's dumb
because they're fucking tone deaf.
Like, why not put them all together? They'd be awesome together.
Do you know what happened when Braun Strowman got over? Oh wait, they turned him face.
Yeah,
that's a novelty idea right there.
You know what the funny thing is?
Like in this match, though, Lana was the de facto babyface.
Yeah. And then that's the funny thing is they'll let Lana be a baby face for one night, but they won't turn Rusev face at all.
It's just like they have Nakamura and Joe.
Yeah.
They don't need heels anymore. It's like they're perfectly fine in the heel department.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to turn Rusev face, and it also wouldn't hurt to leave Aiden English with them. It doesn't matter if you don't classify Aiden English as a main event guy. But guess what? He's a manager. So why the fuck does it matter in the first place?
Yeah. What's Aiden English going to be back?
Him as a mid-card guy and Rusev as a main event guy. But at the same time, well, then why isn't Rusev in the main event then?
Yeah.
So now suddenly going to pair him back with Lana and he's going to be in the fucking main event again? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's it's stupid booking on SmackDown.
And the worst part about it is Aiden English would just go back to being an enhancement talent if they did.
Back to his opera singing thing that he was doing before. That literally didn't get over.
Or his crying gimmick.
Like, stupid shit like that. Like,
so we give that
this is like his first gimmick that actually makes sense. And it's actually really good. And they want to kill it. For some strange reason. They want to kill it. That's like with Bryan. But they eventually bought in.
Yeah. CM Punk, they tried to do the same thing to CM Punk in 2011.
It's like they bought him with Punk because they had to.
Yeah.
They bought him with Bryan because they had to. Or else it'd literally be a fucking riot.
Yeah.
And I want it to be to that level where their stubbornness stops.
Yeah.
Just turn him face. Leave him with Aiden English. Have Aiden English manage both Lana and Rusev. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So much sense. They need mouthpieces.
Well, I don't think Lana drop mouthpiece, but
stupid Russian accent. She's not Russian. She might have lived in Russia for 6 years, but she's not Russian.
Yeah.
Not even in the least bit. She's from Florida. That's not Russia. That's in the United States of America.
Apparently, in WWE's eyes, they think it's Russia.
Like,
Even though
like
WWE has a developmental brand in Florida.
fucking on Total Divas, she speaks perfect English. Like, there's no accent or anything. It's like you don't need her to be a character anymore.
Yeah.
Let her be herself. Like, fuck. Like, they dropped that thing with Rusev when he was Russian, when he wasn't.
Yeah.
He never was. He was a Bulgarian from Russia with a Bulgarian flag tattoo on his shoulder.
Exactly.
So that doesn't. What? That's not Russian.
Yeah.
Like, it's just stupid.
Then we had the Andrade Cien and Zelina Vega cut a promo. And Zelina Vega said that they felt like they were disrespected last week when they came to SmackDown and got that type of competition. I thought this was a good promo, getting it up. And then we had, this is literally what it says, unnamed enhancement talent versus Andrade Cien with Zelina Vega, because they never said the guy's name.
Yeah.
Andrade Cien won. This time he hit the running knees to the face and hit a Hemlock DDT. You know, this gets an up, trying to establish Andrade Cien. I still don't think you really need to. I still don't think you need to do these enhancement matches to establish him, because people kind of already know who he is because they saw him at the Royal Rumble this year. But I guess they want to remind people who he is.
You should know who he is by now.
Yeah. Then Asuka's backstage. Not really. It was Carmelo in an Asuka mask. And I think it was Renee Young.
Oh, they got me there. I thought it was Asuka.
Yeah. I think it was Renee Young or Dasha Fuentes. I don't remember which broadcaster it was that interviewed her. It might have been Dasha Fuentes, because I would probably remember it if it was Renee Young. So, and apparently you think Dasha Fuentes doesn't have any friends. So,
yeah.
So she asked why she thinks she's going to defeat Asuka at Money in the Bank. And Carmelo's logic, which actually is pretty good logic, she beat Charlotte Flair twice, the person that beat Asuka's streak, so I should be a shoo-in to beat Asuka. Makes sense to me. So this promo segment, I don't really remember anything else about it, but
yeah,
it had logic, so it gets an up. What do you give it? You probably give it a down because Carmelo was there.
Middle.
Okay.
It was, again, the booking doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I could do it better, but it just doesn't make any sense when Asuka loses her streak to Charlotte, and then Charlotte basically jobs out to Carmella
because her knee hurts.
Like, I mean, she's done that moonsault 56,000 times, and now she sells it as an injury. Like, you're fucking dumb.
It's not like you could. It doesn't matter if you could book it better than them, though. They're getting $2 billion, man. More than that now.
Exactly. So they know better than me.
And me, apparently.
They probably do.
I mean, we should just stop the show right now. We don't need to say anymore. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're gonna continue though, because we got a show we don't know as much. So, then we had the face-off with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. And this was pretty much to decide what Shinsuke Nakamura was going to pick for the stipulation at Money in the Bank. And AJ Styles says that how is he going to con people into how is he going to con people into getting the WWE title? And he wants to know what the stipulation is. And the stipulation is a pillow fight, because that's what Shinsuke Nakamura picked.
It should be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that'd be a 5-star match right there. Pillow fight, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Be an excellent match.
Shinsuke against AJ in a pillow fight?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
But Candice Michelle and Tori Wilson had the best match at WrestleMania 22 in the pillow fight. It was awesome.
And also WrestleMania 19. That was a fantastic pillow match.
Yeah. So it's, it makes sense. I mean, pillow fights are usually very good matches, right?
5 stars.
Yeah. Dave Meltzer's probably giving him like 7 stars.
He broke his scale twice.
Yeah.
Double the amount that he did before.
Probably broke his pants too. Anyhow.
His pants were a little bit loosened after that match. After those pillow fights.
Anyhow, that's not really the stipulation, guys. Don't worry. We're just joking.
I'm
And
being
Nakamura
serious.
was. So then I don't really remember anything else they said because I think you and I got too busy laughing about the pillow fight. So
Yeah, and then AJ got the shit beaten out of him, and then it was a last man standing match.
I have a problem with it being a last man standing match. And here's the problem. Because literally, the whole point is to make sure there's a winner. There literally could not be a winner again at Backlash. They could literally do the exact same finish. Oh, sorry, not at Backlash. Sorry, at Money in the Bank. I was thinking they could literally do the exact same finish that they did at Backlash, though, because pretty much that's what could happen at a last man standing match. So it's like they should have done a different match stipulation. Because if they do a draw again, then like I don't like I'm interested in seeing this match, but
I am too. Yeah, but it literally could be inconclusive.
And if they're gonna do it, and I'm gonna be honest too, if they don't put the title on Shinsuke at Money in the Bank after all the BS they did, then that match is gonna go down like 2-star ratings.
Oh yeah, no matter how good it is,
could be so that a 5-star match could turn into a 3-star match.
Oh yeah.
So this segment will get it up. I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was.
All right, then we had
very good.
I'll let you cover this match because it's got your 2 favorite tag teams in it. Do you even know who it is?
The Usos against the Good Brothers.
Yep.
They were vying for the #1 contendership for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships at Money in the Bank, and the good promo right between the two teams, and in a kind of a shocking way, but Good Brothers won.
Yeah. So the match.
It's I would have loved it either way. I love both these tag teams.
Yeah.
It's kind of shocking that the Good Brothers won.
Yeah.
But I kind of see what they're going with in a way. Like, even though they're probably going to lose and it's probably going to be in dominant fashion, on paper, it looks like an even matchup.
Yeah, but
because
if it's a dumb,
Gallows is the big heater in the match, and you got Carl Anderson.
I kind of figured the Good Brothers were gonna win though because they've already done the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers enough as it was. So
yeah.
I didn't think, but I think what they're gonna do. I think what they're gonna try to do here is I think Gallows and Anderson. It probably will be decisive, but it's not going to be as decisive as the Usos was.
I think there's going to be a little bit more competition.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is it's going to get tougher and tougher every time, and then eventually they'll face a tag team that will eventually will beat them and give them a run for their money.
The Ascension,
not them. They're on Raw. Okay.
They can still challenge the dual branded pay-per-view.
What? Then they're going to go back to SmackDown?
Yes.
Well, I'm all set with that. So that match, what is going to get it down is what happened to the Usos? They were like one of the best tag teams on SmackDown, and all of a sudden they're like lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know what happened. Like,
they're probably going to keep them out of it for a little bit. But,
yeah,
at least they're probably going to be back in it at SummerSlam. Honestly,
yeah, it's just weird. And you got to throw in some downs because we can't have too many ups on SmackDown.
We can't be too positive.
Yeah, it's not allowed. So we already have 2 downs. Actually, no, this is the first down, so we have to give a down somewhere. So
yeah,
here comes another down though. Naomi versus Sonya Deville, sloppy match. Naomi won with the roll up.
I even said this during the live reactions, but I already hate Sonya Deville and her stupid entrance.
And I forgot to mention this, but now Naomi gets a spot in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
She won the Vagina Trophy, and now she's competing for the women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Something's not right there.
Oh, and I forgot. I have to tell you, we missed a woman. In the trivia in the live reactions, I was asking you Money in the Bank trivia. One of the trivia questions I asked you was name all the women's matches. We forgot a women's match. It was Naomi versus Lana last year. We forgot.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Lana's debut.
Yeah, we forgot about that match. So yeah, we got it won. All right. I'm gonna let you cover this promo segment because I don't even know really what this was. Because I don't even know how to cover this. Jeff Hardy's interview. I don't know what to say.
He comes out this is after Bryan had cut his promo
Yeah, I forgot to write that
earlier
down.
on about facing Jeff Hardy and whatnot, and how he's like excited to face Jeff Hardy, and but then I don't even know how to fucking explain this promo.
That's why I'm leaving it to you because I don't even know either.
It's very difficult because Jeff comes out of the locker room like he just smoked a blunt
I wouldn't be shocked.
and did a fucking line of cocaine because he looked really fucking high. And I know he wasn't, but like he just came out and was like super like hyper.
Yeah.
Like he just fucking took a bump of cocaine.
Yeah, exactly.
like I have no fucking clue what he even said.
You know
But
what?
all I know he screamed at the end and was like ran down the fucking hallway.
Yeah. You know what this
I was like, what
reminded
the
me of
fuck
is
just happened?
you know what this reminded me of? They did a segment like back, I think in 2002, it might have been 2003, with Christopher Nowinski and William Regal. I don't know if you remember this segment or not, where Jeff Hardy like came up to the camera and ran into like a car or something.
Yep,
Then Christopher Nowinski was like, "See, that's not intelligent." It was pretty much.
I remember that. Yeah,
It was pretty much exactly like that segment.
that's literally what most of his fucking like promos are. Is like he cuts an average promo and then he screams really loud and then runs away. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I don't know, but this was if you haven't if you can find this interview somewhere, you got to see it because it's just like
it's a fucking mess.
I think we know. I think we know he wasn't high though because we didn't have a Victory Road 2011.
Oh yeah,
time. So
he was just really pumped up for his match.
Yeah. All right. Then we had the main event. Second chance Money in the Bank ladder match, qualifying match. I messed up the name of the match, but no one's gonna, no one. It's not like anyone's upset about it.
Bank qualifying match.
It's not like anyone's gonna get upset about it though. So it's this.
I am.
Well, you're not one of the viewers on the show. You're actually on the show, so your opinion means nothing. So it was Jeff Hardy versus Daniel Bryan. This was a great match.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan hit a drop kick through the ropes. Jeff Hardy tosses Bryan right into the barricade like really hard, and then he hits a flying clothesline off the apron. Hardy hit a twist of fate. He hit the whisper in the wind. Daniel Bryan hit all of his typical moves, the drop kicks into the corner, the Hurricane off the turnbuckle. This match was awesome. Definitely check it out. Joe was on commentary for this match too, which really made the match as well. And the finish comes. It actually came out of nowhere. Daniel Bryan hit a sick dragon leg screw, and then Daniel Bryan hit a heel hook, just like he hit on Big Cass last week. Because that's why this match was happening. I think we already mentioned it earlier in the video.
Yeah, Big Cass got hurt.
Yeah.
And they say he's on crutches again. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, we saw him backstage. We had seen him backstage earlier on in the show. So
he's going down to he's going to the doctors to get a checkup.
Yeah. So Daniel Bryan makes Jeff
I don't
Hardy.
know if this is storyline or not. Like, I honestly don't even know. Because one report said that they were, like, faking injuries, like, as punishment for him. As a way to, like, take him out of matches and whatnot.
Especially
but, like, on live events. But
I also think it might be
not even, like, seeing him on crutches, too. And, like, the fact that he has, like, an appointment to check up on his knee makes me think that it's a little serious.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks for him because he was kind of getting a little bit of a push. So
he's never going to get pushed ever again after that. If it's like, if he needs another surgery, goodbye push. Yeah. He's going to come back as a fucking lower tier guy.
Especially, too, with because he's apparently has backstage heat already enough as it is, too. So
yeah.
But yeah, Daniel Bryan won with the heel hook, which was awesome. I like that he added another finisher to his arsenal.
Submission specialist.
And then Samoa Joe gets in the win and said that he's going to absolutely eviscerate Daniel Bryan next week because Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe are going to have a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Because this wasn't actually a Money in the Bank qualifying match. The winner took Big Cass's place to face Samoa Joe. So this kind of makes you question. And you and I are doing a live reaction to that next week because
Yep.
I don't know who's going to win that match next week because it really, especially with this big cast injury angle now, it could really go either way now. So
It could, yeah.
um, I feel like
It's a fucking dream match for sure. This
I
is
kind
another
of
one of those Ring of Honor matches that
yeah.
we're gonna get to see again.
I do kind of wish they wouldn't have given away on TV, but it's not. I feel like they didn't really have much of a choice because it's not like if the big cast injury isn't at work, then it's not like they really had much of a choice. So
Oh yeah.
and then afterwards, for some odd reason, I guess Dasha Fluentes felt the need to go ask him what he was going to do to Daniel Bryan next week, even though he just said it in the ring.
Yeah.
So I guess Dasha Fluentes wasn't watching or something. So
She was lost.
yeah, I don't think she has any friends too. I think she's trying to make friends.
She's very friendless.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, I don't think is a good friend for her to have right now. I think he. So what a great episode of SmackDown though. 8 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
B show. Great episode. Actually, no wait. 8.5 B plus. Just like with the
8.6.
8.6. I raise it 8.7.
8.8.
Oh, I don't know if I can go 8.9. It wasn't quite that good. So yeah. I can't. I'd say because I can't give it weight. So it's no. So it's really an 8.5 for me because I can't give. I was for you. It might be an 8.6. I don't know if it really is an 8.6 for you, or unless you were just trying to one up me. I don't know. So
I'm the co-host.
All right. Did you see 205?
Co-host has to win sometimes.
Did you see 205? Did you see 205 live this week?
I did not, but I did. I watched NXT.
All right. I'm gonna break down 205 live real quick because it was kind of a quick episode. We had Percy Watson, Vic Joseph, and Nigel McGuinness on commentary. Drew Gulak wrestled Grand Metalik with Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado inside. This actually was a good match. I don't believe it. I know they've wrestled before. I don't know if this was the best match they've had or not because I don't really remember the other matches they had. One cool spot in the match was when Grand Metalik had a version of the coast to coast, but instead of doing it on the top turnbuckle, he did it off the not the middle rope, the top rope, which was cool. But Gulak won with the Gulak. I don't know if you know that because that's what he calls his Dragon Sleeper now.
Because the Gulak.
Yeah. So this match was good, getting up. Buddy Murphy has like a promo segment where he says he's going to win the Cruiserweight Championship from Cedric Alexander next week.
I would make weight first, bruh.
Huh?
I would make weight first.
I think he's already made weight. I think. Can you imagine this week? Imagine next week he doesn't make weight again.
Sorry, you can't compete for the championship.
Yeah. So this match, I thought he actually cut a pretty good promo. That would get it up. Then we had TJP versus Christopher Guy. Yes, that was an enhancement tell. His name was Christopher Guy.
Against J. Blandkins.
Yep. And guess who won?
Blandy McBlanderson.
Yeah, now I guess they're doing a storyline where he wants to be traded to SmackDown because he doesn't feel like he's being used to his potential on 205 Live.
That's too fucking bad.
Yeah, apparently that's the storyline they're going with. Down, waste of time, waste of life. And TJP, I didn't mention one with the detonation kick because he doesn't hit the knee bar. Like I said before, Chris, at the Royal Rumble, he only hits the knee bar in important matches, and this wasn't an important match.
None of his matches are important.
The Cruiserweight Classic for him was important.
He hasn't been important in about a year. Remember he turned heel twice already this year?
No, he's been heel since last year. Then Cedric Alexander had an interview talking about his match with Buddy Murphy. You could just watch the live reactions because I already had talked about it. And then we had a really good match with Hideo Itami versus Akira Tozawa. This match, actually, I would recommend you watching because it was really good. Hideo Itami won with his headlock into the knees driver. I don't even know what it's called because they never say it.
Guess he can't use the GTS anymore?
I'm guessing what happened is after injuring the Brian Kendrick, they probably won't let him do it because he's afraid he's gonna injure somebody else.
Stupid. Just let him use it.
I don't know. It's very weird with that though because he's the one that originated the move, so it's like
Yeah, he fucking made the move up himself.
yeah. But overall, I thought 205 Live was a good show this week. I'll definitely give it a 7 out of 10. Um, I'm really not that mad that they're not going to go with the cruiserweight tag division just because it really doesn't really need to happen.
So they're not going with it now.
It doesn't seem like it, yeah, because they broke up the tag team of Tozawa and Tommy. I don't think they would have broken it up if they were going to go with the cruiserweight tag division.
Was he not showing him respect?
That was actually, I think, the reason they feuded because Tommy didn't want to team up with Akira Tozawa. He felt like he was holding him back, and
Show that man some fucking respect.
yeah. But I mean, I think what happened too is they want to have a day where Tommy probably be in the next because I don't expect Buddy Murphy to win the cruiserweight championship next week. I think he's going to
probably want a heel champion.
They thought. Well, I'm saying that I think they probably wanted Tommy to be the one maybe to dethrone Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
Or to be a future opponent for Cedric Alexander because I'd like to see that.
After all, he did debut as a babyface and was screaming, "Show me some respect," even though they were respecting him.
Yeah, and James is blaming the fact that they brought him up when he was still in character transition, but I don't think that's what it was. I think it was a Tommy didn't understand that he wasn't supposed to be saying that anymore.
No, they kind of did bring him up mid-character transition because he was transitioning to a heel.
Yeah.
In NXT, and they brought him up to 205 Live as a babyface.
Yeah, it was weird. I want to talk about NXT for this week, though, which took place on May 23rd, 2018. We had Percy Watson, Mauro Ranallo, and Nigel McGuinness on commentary. That's probably the best commentary pair up today. I still feel bad for Percy, though, because he never gets to talk. But the first match on the show was Heavy Machinery versus TM61. I like this match. I thought this was the perfect match. This is how David and Goliath.
This is supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I know we talked about David and Goliath. Technically, when you do that, David's supposed to be the heel, but Goliath is the babyface. But this is an example of David versus Goliath when the roles are reversed can work because I think it works better when you do it as a tag team. You know, pretty much the whole match was TM61 running away from Heavy Machinery, but
They're
then they
fucking gay. I hate them.
I know you hate them. You gotta admit though, they definitely are better as heels right now. Though
they are better as a heel tag team. I still fucking hate them.
And
I hate Nick Miller.
Heavy
He's
Machinery.
A punchable face.
You hate Nick Miller?
Yeah.
What about Shane Thorne? How do you feel about him?
He's also a punchable face.
You gotta admit that guy could do some crazy stuff though, like what he did.
I hate Nick Miller because of New Legacy. New Legacy Inc. makes me hate Nick Miller.
Why does New Legacy Inc. make you hate Nick Miller?
Because they do universe mode, and they're like that's like their favorite. So I hate them.
Oh, I see. But yeah, this was. But the big men dominated the match a lot. And then what happened is the heels ran away every time, and then the heels would like go after the legs of the big men, and then Otis Dozovic got the hot tag. And
he's scary.
Yeah, they should have just like lost by count out after that. But then the heels won by cheating. I forget which one it was. I think it was Shane Thorne.
No, it was Nick Miller.
Oh, Nick Miller. Load up Otis Dozovic and hold the ropes. So I don't know what the.
That's prick.
And I think Heavy Machine. You notice TM61. They were out of there once they knew they won because they didn't want to deal with Otis Dozovic after that. Yeah. And Otis Dozovic. You know what the funny thing is? I think Otis Dozovic is such a meathead that he's awesome. Like the way he acts on NXT is exactly the way he is in real life. I don't know. He's creepy though. Like
he is a scary human being.
Yeah, I don't not want to get. So TM61 made a smart choice by leaving. They did a smart thing.
I thought their name was Thorne and Miller 61. It's the Mighty 61.
Oh, how do you know that?
Because it says it on the video board. If you look on the video board, like on the like the mini video board that goes around the arena, it says the Mighty 61, which their independent name was the Mighty That Don't Kneel.
Yeah.
So I guess they're kind of ripping that. I always thought it was Thorne and Miller.
Yeah. But I like this match here.
The Mighty 61.
This match was exactly what it should have been. Gets an up. What do you give it?
I give it up.
Yeah. Well, a TM61 match got an up for you.
Yeah, because it was still good.
And then Bianca Belair had a video package. This was just kind of to give her an introduction. Isn't she dated Montez Ford?
They're engaged.
Yeah, I thought so. I like, but I actually, as crappy as the NXT Women's Division is, I actually like Bianca Belair. She's like one of the few highlights of the Women's Division. So this video package for me gets an up.
Yeah. Along with never mind now.
We'll get to
I was
that.
gonna say Bailey 2.0, but no.
Yeah. And then EC3 cuts a video package. I think EC3 miscounted how many matches he's had in NXT because he's saying he's about to have his fourth one, but he's only had two because he had the ladder match and
His re-debut match.
Yeah, I'm assuming he must have had a house show match or something, and that's the match he's probably counting. So, but I love EC3. You look at that guy and he just looks like he's a main eventer. Like
he is.
He really doesn't even need to be down in NXT. I feel like NXT is a good fit for him, just like with Drew McIntyre, where if he went up to the main roster, he probably would get lost in the shuffle really quickly. So I think he's a good fit for him right now. Then we had Kairi Sane versus Lacey Evans. Decent match here.
Very
Still not
impressive, Lacey Evans.
I will admit she's still pretty green, and Kairi Sane definitely carried her probably to a good match.
That punch sucks.
I agree with that. Her finisher, she needs a new finisher. And her theme music sucks, too.
The woman's punch, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. She hit it like... It looked pretty cool when she hit it in midair, though. I will admit that. I didn't see that coming, but...
They completely missed her, though.
I said this in the live reactions, though. It is very strange that the runner-up of the Mae Young Classic is getting the bigger push over the person that actually won the Mae Young Classic. That definitely shows that Triple H likes Shayna Baszler a lot.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, they like someone who can't wrestle.
Yeah. So this match, I'm going to give this match actually I think I gave it an up in the live reactions, but now talking about it, I'm going to give it a middle just because while the match wasn't bad, and they probably want to continue. I imagine they're going to continue this feud because no way Lacey Evans is going to win the blow-off match. I think they want to win. But I just don't think I don't think they're using Kairi Sane to her potential at all because it's just...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And then Kathy Kelly was backstage, and Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae alive, and Johnny Gargano still is in a neck brace from the attack on Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know if you knew this, because I know you go on Instagram a lot, but they actually played this up like this was a legitimate thing because I think they took a picture together like they were out in a restaurant. He was still wearing the neck brace out in the restaurant. So that's one thing I like about this storyline is when they take pictures, when they go on social media, they play up on it like it's actually like a legitimate thing. So I still love that segment too when Johnny Gargano went to Tommaso Ciampa's house at 3:25 in the morning.
He just kept fucking banging on his window and doors.
And then I'm never going to forget the quote when Tommaso Ciampa says, he does this every night. That was awesome.
Well, you shouldn't have turned on him.
Yeah. But then anyhow, Johnny Gargano, so pretty much what they do is Johnny Gargano says that he sat down and talked with Candice LeRae, and we've come to a decision about our future. So we pretty much tease in a retirement segment from the way he was talking, which I don't think anybody bought.
Yeah.
At least I didn't anyways. Then Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch cut a promo backstage, and they pretty much say that since we pinned Undisputed Era, we deserve an NXT Tag Team title match. And then Undisputed Era cut like the promos backstage. And I like the Undisputed Era promos backstage. I guess they just listen to the theme music backstage too.
Yeah, I guess so too.
Because it just plays in the background. And they pretty much talk about how Danny Burch
hear what Roderick Strong was saying because the fucking theme music was so loud.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is too? Bobby Fish must be recovering quicker than they think he is because he's not in crutches or anything like that. Unless they have these segments
off of the crutches, but like he's definitely a ways away.
Yeah. Unless they have these segments taped months in advance. Because I know they tape NXT and maybe they taped this when he was still at the tapings and stuff like that, because I know he was
Yeah.
at a tapings not that long
I mean,
ago.
it could be farther along, maybe.
Yeah,
But I don't know how far he is in his rehab.
but we pretty much knew what they said from this segment was they called Birch and Lorcan a bunch of jokes, saying that they've never won anything in their lives. Even though only Lorcan's a former Top Rope Promotions heavyweight champion.
Not nothing. He's won nothing.
He won nothing.
That doesn't count.
Okay. Um,
Apparently, I did too, but
and then Roderick's, but we found out that at NXT Takeover Chicago 2, we're gonna have an NXT Tag Team Title match. It's gonna probably be Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, which I'm looking forward to that match. I think that match is gonna be fantastic.
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and we find out that Roderick Strong's gonna face Danny Burch next week, which is why I'm gonna do the live reactions next week because that match I expect to be awesome. And yeah, overall, I like this promo segment. I just think it's kind of funny that they just listen to their own theme song backstage mostly, though. So
They have to.
yeah, I could just imagine too. Like, I want somebody to come up and like turn off their theme music, and then they all get pissed about it. Like, put that back on.
Right, done.
And they look awesome too. Like, they just look like a dominant faction with all the titles that they have right now.
Oh yeah, they have every title.
Yeah,
pretty much. Besides the women's and men's heavyweight championships.
Well, they need to get a woman to join their faction.
They did. Yeah, they definitely need it. Yeah.
But I thought this was a good segment. And Roderick Strong, you could definitely feel fits really well with this faction too.
He's got a cocky heel gimmick.
I think definitely they turned him heel because I think obviously because Bobby Fish was hurt, but I think they definitely realized too his face one was kind of failing. I think his face one definitely
the whole family thing kind of died out.
Yeah, and I think what happened too is when Johnny Gargano got, because I don't think they plan on Johnny Gargano getting over as much of a babyface as he did. And when he did, I think they were like, well, we can't really, because I think Roderick Strong was supposed to be the top babyface, but then when Johnny Gargano kind of took his spot, so
yeah.
Then we had the next match. Now this match I thought was really good. Lars Sullivan versus Velveteen Dream and Ricochet in a handicap match, and I love this match. Ricochet and Velveteen Dream, I kind of wish would be a tag team because they looked really well together in this match. But pretty much, the finish happens when Velveteen Dream tries to go off the top rope, but I think Ricochet accidentally knocked him off, and Velveteen Dream thinks he did it on purpose, so he lays him out with a rolling Death Valley driver, and then afterwards, Lars Sullivan lays him out with a one-handed spine buster and gets the win. And what I'm assuming is happening is next week, Aleister Black is advertised for the show. Lars Sullivan's probably laying him out next week, and they're going to do Lars Sullivan versus Aleister Black at NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. Now, I also know that because I went on Wikipedia and looked at the card this morning, and it's on the card. So, yeah,
it's Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, Lars Sullivan. I mean, I think that would be a good match for the NXT title. Plus, too, I mean, who else do you have for Aleister Black to wrestle? Because I think they want to have Velveteen Dream and Ricochet go at it, and Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are still feuding. He doesn't really have anyone else to wrestle. So, I mean, I guess they could, and it's probably too early for EC3 to be put in that spot right now, too.
Yeah.
I think but I'm probably going to say this. It's probably going to be a filler opponent, but don't be surprised if Lars Sullivan wins the title because I said the same thing about Almas when McIntyre wrestled him for the title, and ironically enough, Almas ended up winning the title that night. So anything could happen in NXT.
Anything could happen.
But I thought this match was great, though. This match
was very good. It was a very good match. With a lot of shit that went in the match too.
And then I'll let you break
down everything too. Yeah,
I'll let you break down the main event segment with Johnny Gargano's wrestling future. Say what Johnny Gargano's wrestling future was. Break down this segment.
He's not retiring. Uh, you kind him and then Tommaso comes out. They get into a brawl,
Yep.
basically, and then
Candice
he
LeRae.
gets Candice LeRae gets fucking taken out,
Yep.
and then then the show ends.
Pretty much what happened is Candice LeRae doesn't want him to wrestle anymore. I don't know if it's that he doesn't want him to wrestle, but he doesn't want him to be in part of this Tommaso Ciampa feud anymore because it's taken probably years off his body, supposedly. And I like this segment though. It really got Tommaso Ciampa like even probably more heat than he already had. So
Yeah.
Definitely a really good segment. And earlier this week, they did like a video segment where Candice LeRae, when Johnny Gargano went to like the performance center to pick up paperwork, and the paperwork that he picked up was a contract for a street fight between him and Tommaso Ciampa, and Candice LeRae isn't happy about it. So at NXT Takeover Chicago 2, we're getting a street fight. Now I like the fact that they're having a rematch, and I know the street fight probably will be great, but I'm not really a fan of them doing the same match they just did at NXT Takeover New Orleans. I wish they could be like.
Apparently, it was supposed to be a last man standing match, but since WWE did it first,
Oh yeah,
Triple H was pissed. He was so pissed because they stole the match from him.
Exactly. But
I don't know why he still couldn't do it though.
Exactly.
They already had technically a street fight.
Yeah, I would have done.
Even though it was like an unsanctioned match or whatever it was.
If you aren't gonna
it's still a street fight.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have done like a cage match or something, but well, Hell in a Cell because that one's a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah,
I think no matter what though, they're probably gonna do one more match anyways, probably between them, and maybe that will be the Hell in a Cell match because I think probably what's gonna happen is Ciampa's probably gonna win, and then they'll do like the blow off match at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. Yeah. I can actually see and I could see something happening because of not Tommaso Ciampa's injuries, Johnny Gargano's injuries, where Tommaso Ciampa wins because he can't continue. His wife comes out and throws in the towel. They do something like that.
Yeah, or she turns on him.
That'd be kind of interesting if she turned on him. And or maybe like goes cross on the. Yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be kind of interesting, but it'd be kind of strange because it'd be tough for them to go places in public together, though, if she turned on him. Because
I know, yeah.
They're trying to make this story. I think they're trying to make this storyline as realistic as possible. And having a turn on him would make it really tough for them to make it as realistic as possible. So
going to that's what I do, like 3 a.m.
They probably like. Imagine she has to like move out too and move into Tommaso Ciampa's house.
Oh my god! Or like he goes to the house late at night and sees like Candice LeRae there.
Yeah, no, like Johnny Gargano comes home and they still live together, but Candice LeRae and Tommaso Ciampa are a thing, and they're just having sex right in front of them. That'd be awesome.
You just walk in, your wife's fucking your best friend.
Your former best friend.
Oh yeah, I forgot, former best friend.
Because they hate each other in real life.
Apparently.
Well, Tommaso Ciampa. No, this time what happened is Johnny Gargano's laying down, and Tommaso Ciampa and Candice LeRae are having like a romantic dinner, and Johnny Gargano's just gonna walk in, and he just puts it like after wrestling or something.
Or just fucking like he walks in, they're having a romantic dinner, and he super kicks Tommaso in the face and just leaves.
It'll be awesome. You know what? I kind of want that to happen now. I kind of want that to happen now, just so that the way those segments can happen.
goes to the house at 3 a.m. I know you're fucking my wife. Stop.
they have to get like a divorce in real life.
Oh my god, that would be taking it like to the next level of fucking like storytelling.
But when we're about to end off the video, we finally got a viewer. Too late. Go out, get out of here.
We're leaving.
We're not ending this video until you leave. Go away. Now. All right, Chris. This guy's not. We're not ending this video until this guy leaves because this guy doesn't know what he's clearly not wanted. I think this is why we don't get many viewers on the show because we'll be telling him to go away.
Because you're an asshole.
He's not leaving.
Just end it.
No, I'm not ending until he's leave. No, I'm not ending until he leaves. So we could be here all night. I'm telling him to leave in the comments.
Anyway, hit that fucking bell.
Yeah, plug all your stuff while I tell this guy to leave.
Be prepared for next Thursday. I was a little bit later because we couldn't do it yesterday. The next Thursday, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure your bell notifications on because you'll be notified when the wrestling rundown is on, where you see a whole cast of characters ranging from Steve to the fat man James Ebert. Maybe Steve, which is probably a no.
Steve, you better show up on the episodes we have to give out predictions because if you don't show up, I'm not showing up.
And I'm not showing up.
So only James and John can do the show that week.
None of us show up if you win.
Damn it, the guy won't leave, so we have to. You know what? We're gonna end the video then. If this guy won't leave, then I could block him from the channel. Then that'll make him leave.
Jesus Christ!
But it's not like he did. Let me see if he did something wrong first. He asked what we were doing when he clearly knew what we were doing.
Just doing reviews. So you came in late.
I think that's a reason to block him off the channel because he was asking what we were doing.
You're late.
You're too late. All right, ready? Hide user on this channel. But he's still watching. Is he still watching? Oh, he's still watching. I have to unhide him now. Then he's still watching. No, he left. Okay, we better end this before he comes back. Bye.